Okay, so I don't know if I'm like one of the last people to get their worlds done, but I did have to wait till now to continue anyway, because we see it building up in the bottom corner there, which you should. Gotta verify that the screen looks good. I think the bottom's cut off again. Rage. Oops. Oh no, that's the bottom. Okay. That's the best as it goes. Anyway, stuff was popping up. I stopped paying attention, so we got the cube. We also got the herb. So we got the cube, we got the herb, we can do stuff. Good go. We're good to go. Also, I might have to get rid of some of this. Okay. I don't know what half these are. Just had short before. Kind of plus 5 is pretty good. Can I? Does it look better for you? Where am I? Alright, you can't even use it, so don't even worry about it. Better. Alright. You equip that one, obviously. If you equip the flame sword, is that better? Alright. Status. 84 damage versus what you had with this, which was 60. Yeah, this is way better. You're now as strong as you can be. Now you got 60 damage. Yeah, okay. Oh, nope. Question, actually. Oh, that should be good. Yeah, there you go. I think. It's the same. Alright. You know what? Trade. Stupid question. Nope. That makes sense. I'm okay with that logic. What about this? Also, you equip that. Also, drop these. Drop that. Ice plus 2. Is that better than 60? Nope. That's the Sunblade. Alright, well, we got a pretty good setup here for that. Armor. Now, the problem with this is I feel like we had some good shit, and I don't want to deal with the bullshit of everything. Because there's a lot of bullshit I had to deal with. It's good that you now have a weapon that can actually deal... Oh, no, you have the same weapon still. The good news is we can go beat the game. Jay over here now has fucking Excalibur. Yeah, beautiful. Like I say, again, I want to point out that in the grand scheme of things, This game is actually pretty good. Like, I want to point that out. Like, when it comes to like old RPGs, sure, it's dated as hell. But gosh damn, do I feel like I actually know more what I'm doing in this game than I would in something like Dragon Quest II? Dragon Quest II was just awful. I know there's a difference between when me and Lynn were going through that as a first time also doing a randomizer. But that was just, that's still, like, I need to post the last episodes of that on that channel. By the way, if you're seeing any of this, be sure to check out the other channel. We've been doing Deltarune, like, non-stop. It's good shit. Now we're in a space satellite, because that's the course where you go in Final Fantasy. This is not a joke, but this is like the fun part about Final Fantasy. If I can get it, like if I can get the stuff set up for it, which I do have, like I do have access to it on Elgato, I kind of really want to play Stranger to Paradise. My theory, when I was first playing, Stranger to Paradise, is I thought it was part of the time loop. I thought it was just one of the time loops in that game. I need to play through that game again. I have to start over, I believe. And if I do, but like, I don't usually like Dark Souls-like games. But that game actually is like got me kind of liking the way it's set up specifically. You know, I'll find out if anybody else, if I'm the last, if any of these AP items actually trigger you gave something away. I know I'm not the last. I might be the last. It's not my fault that they didn't give me the shit until, like, somebody just beat the game. Of course, what I think this stuff was, it's like, it doesn't sound like that should have been hard to get to. That's the even sillier part about it. We gotta fight Badman. Watch out, it's Badman. Are we taking damage? I forget to pay attention to that because we have so much health now, it's ridiculous. I hate being the last to clear an archipelago, not gonna lie. Always just feels like I failed. But I feel like also all my stuff was hidden behind stuff I feel like probably could have been found sooner. But they just beat their game and just did it that way instead. Like it was in a random grass pile and like that. Unless they couldn't get it because their randomizer was one of those ones that I've tried to do before. Oh, Daily Crystal's still going. I'm not the last one. Let's go. Let's beat the game before Daily Crystal. Let's go, let's go. We have an objective. It's to beat the game before Daily Crystal. Let's go. It's to beat both games before that happens. Let's go, let's go. I sent an item. It was successful. Oh man, let's go. We have an objective. I'm still sending out the items. I don't care. There could be good treasure for myself. Also, it's good practice in these old RPGs. Like, like, it's funny how, like, I'm looking at this and, like, this, between this and Earthbound, I'm definitely having more fun with reliving this game. Even though it's really annoying with certain tiles and stuff like that, but, like, I don't know. There is an aspect of, like, way the Final Fantasy does a lot of its shit streamlined, that is just kind of funner to me. It's basic. You have enough, like, I have the same problem with the inventory slots in this game as, like, with the other game. But, like, I don't have, like, an endless storage. It's just like, oh, yeah, you, like, no, I got the cube. The cube's in my inventory. I don't have to worry about all the equipment inventory that's still trying to pour in. It can pour in if it wants to. I still have the cube. But yeah, no. But yeah, no, I need to play through Strangers in Paradise, because like I said, my big thing with that game is I thought that was kind of a really cool way of basically being like, this is almost Final Fantasy 1 HD. Like, that's how I looked at it. Like, not gonna lie, I thought it was like, when they were remaking all the Final Fantasy games, I thought that was like Final Fantasy 1 Super HD. Like, not a pixel remaster, straight up, like, HD. Like, this is the tale of Final Fantasy 1. And for the most part, it kind of starts off like it is. Like, you do the first few dungeons of Final Fantasy, and they turn what was just like a pirate battle into, like, an actual, like, a proper cave dungeon. It's like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with them adding a dungeon to the fight with the pirates. That's cool. And then things kind of get weird once you get past a certain point. It's like, Yeah, no time at the feet of the wood. Where is his ass? And why is wind space? Is it because atmosphere? Is that why wind's space? Because wind would be part of the atmosphere. The atmosphere's messed up. Okay, Zona Stone's also going still. Jelly Waluigi. Wario Land. Waluigi. The Waluigi game. We knew it existed. Wario Land 4. Alright, so I'm not the last. We've confirmed this. Aha! But no, yeah, I would love to go through that game. Because that game is like the Dark Souls style, but it actually cares about the player. And it's fun to play because you can just get powerful and you feel powerful, unlike what I feel like any Elder Scrolls or Dark Souls games make you feel, which, from my experience with it, which is not a lot, I'm going to admit, Dark Souls makes you feel like a weak piece of shit and doesn't really change that. You're just constantly a weak piece of shit that just has to struggle and struggle to beat anything. Like, you want to win any fight against anything, you just have to struggle and struggle and struggle. I found the way forward. I'm not. And and then it's like, okay, well, you did this. The more you like there's like so many things. It's like, it's to a point where it's just not entirely fun unless you want to be a tryhard. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't really want to be a tryhard. I'm not playing this to be a tryhard. I just want to play a game. I like feeling like I have power. Alright. Hi. Well, we kill you in one turn. No. Well, since you're not doing much, go ahead and nuke. And since you're not doing much, go ahead and harm 4. Yeah, that's better than your 60 damage. Yeah, there you go. We won. Flashing light. I win. Everything's scared of me now. Cool. Everything's so scared of me now, like I'm gonna murder it or something. They are correct. So I went back to the Dwarven Cave. Was I supposed to deliver adamantite to one of them? Might as well just make these deliveries real fast. Because were you supposed to have adamantite? I feel like that might be the case. I think it's you. Okay, cool. I could have probably made someone's life easier if it was not a coin. Alright. Well, for the last check, I'm going to worry about. And then we're going to go to the final dungeon. Yay. Alright, well. Would have been way more important if I would have gotten these items sooner. I mean, I had adamantite for a while. I probably could have turned that in. I probably should have turned that in. I need to rest the inn. My last chance to rest in the inn. I have maximum money. Nothing to spend it on. Let's go. I can almost do more of these Final Fantasy 1 ones if they have, like... If I can figure out, like, what... Like... Alright, the 4 orbs now cover the black orb. Take step forward is to go back 2,000 years in time. We're 2,000 years back in time, everybody, because this whole game's about a time loop. I mentioned that in passing randomly in this process. This entire game is a time loop, which is again why I thought Final Fantasy Stranger's Paradise was just one of the many time loops. And like that would have made sense to me. Like I'd have like, yeah, sure. It's a weird time loop. But it's a time loop. It's just, at the end of the day, it is just Final Fantasy 1, but with so many extra bells and whistles. Including Jack just being an absolute badass. And like that game's super fun. I need to play it more because it's just fun to play like every Final Fantasy class as if they were like a Dark Souls character. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh. That's worth do something. So I'm noticing doors that are in my way. And I happen to notice a few doors in my way that seem to be blocking my path forward. A Chimera. But a Chimera is not good enough for you. Have a Chimera. I don't know if this particular path makes the final dungeon long or short. I cannot tell you the structure of the final dungeon. Like, I forgot. I need to... There's also another version of this that was kind of silly. Because it starts off as its own RPG and then becomes Final Fantasy 1. Which I think is the funniest shit. But it's like a really decent, like, Final Fantasy 1. So it's like... actually kind of solid. But I never beat it because it got to a... I just needed to grind. And I wanted to... when I was grinding, I wanted to do, like, you know. Okay. Oh, wait. Loot. I do like how it tells me all that stuff, but where do you get that info? Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Pause. That was the wrong button. Oh my gosh. That is something I wish it just was explained. Ooh, a ribbon. Oh, that does like nothing. But resist everything, so that's the important part. Oh, I have the same thing. You also equip a ribbon. Sure. You got nothing else going on with your life, equip a ribbon. And then drop everything else. Yeah. What sucks is you actually had all 4 things for everybody. Okay. When I saw those numbers, I was like, wait, are those numbers seeable? Because if they are, that would make things so much easier to deal with. I was like, wait a second. What happens if I hit select on something? And then there's the numbers. I did it. Hooray. I found the numbers. Also, apparently we're doing both 2 dungeons in the same video. That's fine. Nobody's gonna pay that much attention. It's fine. This is the actual game proper. I might have made a bigger deal about that, but it's not. Of course, getting to the top of the fucking game would have been like a way harder task. Keep on going. Dungeon's long for no reason. Well, actually, there is a reason. It's the final dungeon. That's why it's long. But otherwise, no reason. Alright. Long story short, there's a lot of good stuff about how this game is in comparison to, like I've stated, like Dragon Quest II, which is just needlessly complicated for no reason. Oh, hi. Okay, we're on the right track. Hi. You're dead. Is anybody going to be a challenge for us? The heroes of legend? Oh, fuck you. Oh, extra fuck you. And then we still have really good weapons and are really strong, so even slow doesn't slow us down too bad. Bring it to the other side. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I almost want to do this one again. There's like a lot of runs you could do with Final Fantasy 1 in particular. I kind of want to try some more of them off. I don't know if I'll do them in Archipelago again, but I could. There's going to be one game where I Archipelago a few times. Just for funsies. Maybe next time I'll do Final Fantasy 1 Palooza Archipelago. And all it is literally me doing... Where the fuck are you? I've never seen that in this randomizer yet. But it'll just be Final Fantasy 1, but like 3 different styles, including a normal one. I don't care. Nuke. And Harm 4. I could do that. This game's fun enough that I would be willing to do that. Especially now that I know how the equipment's set up. I think I could have more fun with that. So, I'll keep that in mind, but also look to see if there's any other RPGs I want to sit down and do. So there's different things. Including the world map is different. Figure it out. Which is fun on its own right. Alright. That felt like a spike tile. I swear this game gets easier the further you progress in it, though. It's the only reason the last dungeon kind of sucks is just it's long. Oh. We just not. Thank you. Let me get back to where I was. Oh, good. You're fine, get up. Here we are, I'm supposed to go down this way. Where? Not sure yet. There. Okay, Kraken. Hi. Oh, was that other one supposed to be, with the fire guy? I assume that's the fire guy. I just forgot who the fire guy was. For some reason I thought it was Ifrit or something. Tiamat. Alright. You're the last of them. Ow. Oh dear. Alright. Another turn of attack should kill you. I might need to heal. Oh. I mean, sure. Perfect. Damn, Jet up there still doing max damage. Yep, there we go. Air. We're gonna fight air. Watch out, it's air. I think this is it. So this dungeon's like too chaotic. Yep. Quick save because it's the final boss. Alright. Alright, cool. Yep. From here I send the feeds and it goes into a time loop. So I will be forgotten, a time loop will close and I will live forever, you shall meet your doom. Alright, finally. Alright. I assume this is going to do more damage. And... yeah. All out on our first turn. Ow, he hurts. He can hurt us. Alright. I don't know why I'm trying to do any magic with you. I forgot I gave them, like, magic too, but, like... actually, what is your physical defense? If we did a turn of attacks, how would that look? Ow. That's not as bad as it could be. Cool. Yay. Ugh. This is sent grass and sent a potion. I only had 2 items left to send out. That's crazy. Mission complete. You are the greatest player. Cool. I think that's gonna call it an episode. Movement. Nothing here. I had 30 chests I could have found. I died once. It registered that I died one time. Yeah. Oh, because of all the other times I did die, I was loading a state. So, well, if I can just get Midnight in the other game, aka, Paula? That's Paula the other one. I don't remember. If I get her in the other game, I think it's Paula. I think it's somebody else in the first game. Yep. It will be done with this archipelago. I could have been done with Earthbound last time if I could have just didn't need that, and that being the only item I needed that I didn't have. I'm gonna get whatever I can, and then I'm gonna look through it and see if I can give it to my party, and then yeah, we'll have a whole thing, and I'll delete everything else that's not useful. Still mad that I'm mad at myself and I'm mad at the thing, but at the same time, I'm mostly mad at the game for making me have to delete everything just to get the Hawkeye in order to get my party member. Because that's what happened. I could have used the back key machine to get Jeff at any time, but yeah, we'll talk more about that once this credit sequence ends. We'll beat Final Fantasy. Hooray! That's another RPG in the book that I've technically beat through an archipelago. Hooray! I do like just randomly beating new games through archipelago means. And me! I did it. Congratulations, you are the greatest player. I think it's like the slowest drawing of the words "the end." Also the weirdest coloration of also the slowest coloration of it. Now we're gonna sit here and wait for this whole thing to color in. We earned this. We earned this slow color. Oh. Okay. I think that's actually it. Yeah, we're stuck in everything. I can't do anything. Hell. But yeah, that's it. Bye.